From local stories to Wayne County news, get ready to dive into everything happening in North Carolina with Taylor House Publishing. Got a story to share? Shoot us an email at taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. If you're looking to publish your book or need some top-notch mentorship, we've got your back. Join the excitement with the one and only Richard Taylor, right here at Taylor House Publishing. Speak with Richard directly at 919-587-7782. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and invite your family and friends to watch.
From Wayne County to the Carolina coast, Taylor House brings the news you love most. Tune in on YouTube, don't miss a beat. Little stories that keep you in your feet.
Taylor House, we got the school.
Taylor House Publishing.
All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Richard Taylor here with another story coming out of Goldsboro, North Carolina. As you see from the caption of the video, Mr. Charles Woodard was charged with two very serious crimes, driving while impaired and also felonious serious injury by motor vehicle. On this August 17th or 18th, this past week. Now, the person who sent me this email seems to think that because Mr. Woodard is from a prominent family, he received preferential treatment from another member of a prominent family. Now, Mr. Woodard was charged with a felony, almost killing someone while driving while impaired. However, he was released on a $17,000 bond. However, the bond was unsecured, meaning Mr. Woodard didn't pay a dime to get out of jail. And if you see from this photo of Mr. Woodard in the mugshot, I don't know whether this is from the Mobile Patrol, but he only spent 13 minutes in jail. Now, I'm going to read the email that was sent to me. Once again, the email was sent by an anonymous person, but he seems to think that this is an example, as you will see from the email, of the rich protecting the rich. And this email reads, a dude from a rich, important family nearly killed someone while he was driving drunk and got in a wreck after 2 a.m. And a rich magistrate from another rich, important family gave him a nothing bond because they look out for each other. Charles Woodard got arrested for all these charges, and Magistrate Riley Wilkins, a real estate agent who comes from one of these families in Goldsboro that thinks they're hot-ish, gave him a $17,500 unsecured bond. Unsecured what? All these young black men and women are getting insane bonds or no bonds at all for minor offenses, and this guy almost killed someone with his weapon vehicle because he is wasted and is out of jail in 13 minutes on a felony charge of inflicting serious injury while driving drunk. Just thought you might want to know, because you're the only person exposing the truth about how the rigged justice system in Wayne County works. These rich white folks are always looking out for each other. God blessings. Now, that email, once again, I don't know the race of the individual who sent that email, but this individual seems to think that there are two separate justice systems. Now, a lot of people call Goldsboro the good old boys network because a lot of people work together. I've heard lawyers from other cities and counties say, well, they never take a case in Goldsboro because it is so corrupt and everybody works together. Goldsboro is a small knit town with very prominent families, deep rooted in here, and they have a lot of connections, and a lot of people feel like they work together, which this person does. Now, once again, this man was charged, and I'm going to show you this description of what he was charged with. It says Charles Brian Woodard, 50-year-old, was charged on August the 18th at 11:53, as you see the time. But he was charged with failure to yield the right of way. Defendant had a blank stare, glassy eyes, slurred speech, an odor of alcohol, unsteady on his feet, and a blood alcohol level of 0.19. Now, you see, this is the report written by the arresting officer. So this says that this pretty much mentions that he was clearly drunk. Now, another description of this crime is in this document right here. It said that vehicle collision. Defendant failed to yield the right of way while making a left turn. The collision caused a serious injury to the rear passenger of the vehicle. Defendant had a strong odor of alcohol. Defendant was once again unsteady on his feet. Slow movement, difficulty following instruction, blank stare, glassy eyes, slurred speech. Blood alcohol levels of 0.19 and a 0.20. Defendant stated that he did not drink alcohol today. Now, that statement right there is an outright lie because his blood alcohol was 0.2. So evidently, Mr. Woodard thought it was okay to lie to the police officer when there was clear-cut evidence that he was intoxicated. And so you will see later on this report, this release report, that the officer said that he cooperated. Now, I don't know how lying to the officer is cooperation. However, in this case, it may be so. Now, here is a copy of the charge. It says, driving while impaired. And you see there that the name of the magistrate down in the bottom is Mr. C.R. Wilkins. Now, the other charge, which is a more serious charge, is the felony serious injury by vehicle. Now, the description of this says only or about the date of the offense shown and in the county named above, the defendant unlawfully, willfully, and feloniously did unintentionally cause serious injury, broken leg, bone protruding the skin to another person. That person was Tamara Deanna Murphy while engaged in the offense of impaired driving, and that the defendant unlawfully and willfully did drive a vehicle on Beston Road, a highway, while subject to impairing substance. The impaired driving offense was the proximate cause of the serious injury. Now, once again, this man broke the bone of a lady. And, it says the bone was protruding through the skin, meaning, this lady is seriously injured. So basically, he could have killed the lady, right? He could have killed the lady. But if you look at this bond right here, this bond says driving while impaired, and the bond is set at $7,500 unsecured. Now, also, if you look at this felony bond, once again, it is a felony bond, and it has a $10,000 bond, but if you look at that note, it says unsecured, meaning he doesn't have to pay, and the name of the judicial official is C.R. Wilkins. And also, if you look at the additional information, it says defendant fully compliant with law enforcement throughout the process, no priors, released on unsecured bond to sober adult his father, Charles Woodard. Now, Mr. Woodard was, I guess, made to give his driver's license. And so I looked, I got the picture of his driver's license, and there you see Charles Dahmer Woodard, a sober adult. Now, I crossed out the address because, once again, this is, for the protection of all those involved. But his address is located in a very prominent area of town, which alludes to the fact that he is a very important person in this town. So the person who sent the email is right in that, he feels that this individual, because his father is a very prominent individual, was given preferential treatment. Now, as you see from this release order, it says, the undersigned judicial official orders that the defendant be released from the detention order entered above because in the second box is checked, Charles Woodard, a sober, responsible adult, as indicated by signing below that he or she is able to assume responsibility for the defendant until the defendant's physical and mental faculties are no longer impaired. And it says that, once again, that is signed by C.R. Wilkins at 1:48 a.m. Now, if you remember, the officer said that his blood alcohol level was a 0.19 and a 0.20. But here you see a differentiation of 0.13. So I don't know how that is two different blood alcohol levels. However, that might be a part of the alleged preferential treatment. And lastly, here is the SBI report, and it says driving while impaired, felonious serious injury by vehicle. And so here is pretty much the proof of how serious these charges were, but yet and still Mr. Charles Woodard was released to the custody of his father without having to pay a dime. And I assume that this happens often. Well, I don't have to assume because I know, just through past incidents. But also, a month ago, there was a young lady who got a DWI, but she also hit a gentleman on the highway, and that gentleman unfortunately lost his life. And her picture was plastered all over, the news. I think Goldsboro Daily News or News Argus, WNITN or whatever. And, her face was all over. Now, granted, this guy didn't kill someone, but he could have. He caused serious injury. And my question to another prominent person that I talked to on a regular basis was, why was there no news coverage of this? No report in the news. A man, a drunk driver hit somebody at 2 a.m. or 11 a.m., 11 p.m. in the night. Why was there no news articles from Goldsboro Daily News, News Argus? Why did this serious offense get overlooked? Now, mind you, once again, I'm not, judging Mr. Woodard because, to be honest, I have 7 DWIs. So, I think this is first one or whatever, but, nevertheless, DWI is a very serious offense because anytime that you are operating in a motor vehicle incapacitated like that, other drivers on the road are subject to your indiscretions. And so fortunately, in my, times, I've never gotten in an accident being drunk and, but each time I got arrested, I definitely got a bond, whether it was $500, $1,000, whatever the case may be. I never got arrested for a DWI and got to, call my mom or call my dad and let him get me out of jail. And so I agree with this person that there may be some type of preferential treatment. Now, once again, I don't know these families. I don't know Magistrate Wilkins, Riley Wilkins. They tell me that he is a real estate agent, but also I don't know the Woodard family as well. Somebody told me that he may be the Woodard retirement home or something of that nature. I don't know. But evidently, this person who sent the email claims that they are rich and important people. Now, once again, we all know that these things happen all the time. Rich people look out for their own. Like, if the nephew of a judge gets a DWI, pretty sure that he's, that's not going to be publicized. And, he's probably going to get some preferential treatment. That's just the way things are. Not saying that it's right, but, I understand it, because, it's just like, when LeBron, pulled strings to get his son, took him to the league. So this is something, I guess, that, that goes on. As not, I guess, we know that these things happen. There's, two separate justice systems. But, I think that this is wrong, that a man who could have killed someone, being under the influence of alcohol, was allowed to just walk away scot-free. And once again, I've never had that luxury in my life, and I've never gotten an accident causing felonious serious injury to anyway. So tell me what y'all think in the comments, man. Is this person in the email overreacting, or is there some truth to the preferential treatment of some individuals in the Goldsboro community as opposed to others? 919-587-7782. If you have a story that needs to be told, you can call me direct, or you can email me at taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Make sure you share, subscribe, and I like the video. Peace and blessings, y'all. Have a blessed day, night, morning, whatever time that you're watching the video. I'm out.